Hi, welcome to another Level 2 algebra video. We're moving on to factorising. And although the skills learnt in this video are really primarily aimed probably at Level 1, it's important you master these factorising skills before you push on to your Level 2 algebra. So let's get into two examples to remind you how to factorise. Factorising is the opposite process of expanding and involves taking a common factor or even more than one factor out the front of the brackets and placing the expression into brackets. For example, let's factorise 3x plus 18. Well, 3x is made up of 3 times the number x, and 18 is made up of 3 times 6. So the common factor is 3, and that's the factor we're going to take out the front of the brackets, leaving us with the x inside the brackets plus the 6 to put it into factorised form. Right, here's our first example. Let's factorise 6x squared plus 21x. Well, 6x squared is made up of 3x times 2x. 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared. And 21 is made up of 3x times 7. 3 times 7 is 21. So they both have a common factor of 3x. So that's the factor we're going to take out the front of the brackets, the 3 and the x. Now, because we've taken 3x out the front, we're going to have to put 2x inside the brackets first, because 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared. We're going to have to put our plus sign, and then we're going to have to put plus 7, because 3x times 7 makes 21x. So we've factorised it into 3x times inside brackets 2x plus 7. All right, here's our second and last example for this video. Let's factorise this nasty piece of work. 14 times x squared times y times z plus 4 times x times y subtract 8 times x times y times z. Right, let's start off with the 14. It's made up of 2 times 7. The 4 is made up of 2 times 2. And the 8 is made up of 2 times 4. So we can see there's a common factor between the numbers of 2. So we're going to take the 2 out the front of the brackets. But that's not all, because now let's turn our attention to our variables, our letters. X squared yz means a number x times x, that's what x squared is, times y times z. So it's x times y times z. The number x, the expression xy means a number x times y. And the expression xyz means a number x times a number y times a number z. Now, out of all these functions, can you see that they all have at least an xy in them? They all have the function x times y. So we're going to also take the xy out the front with the 2. Now, because we've taken an xy out the front, there's an x and a z left to go with the 7. Remember, 2 times 7 is 14. That's how we get the 14. But we also need an x and a z. We need an x to make x squared, and we need the z to make x squared yz. Now, moving on to the second expression, 4xy. We've taken the 2 out, so we need a 2. But we also need no letters, because the x and y have gone out the front. Right, moving on to the 8xyz, we need to have a minus 4, because we need 2 times minus 4 makes minus 8. We've taken an x and y out the front, and we need to put a z back into the brackets, because we need xyz. So our final expression factorised is this: 2xy times brackets 7xz plus 2 minus 4z. Quite often it's a good idea to try and expand it out if you have the time and see if it does come back to our original expression. All right, well, hey, thanks very much for watching this video.